Hey everyone, welcome back with Bino Mac, where today we are starting our WWF title path in WWF Attitude. Obviously we're continuing our playthrough of WWF Attitude on the Nintendo 64 with Stone Cold Steve Austin. And I gotta say, I mean, sometimes they have some questionable picks in the world title slot, but I think it's just right, the 10 guys that came out with this slot, because obviously we got the big heavy hitters. The big heavy hitters in there. You know, we're gonna face The Rock, we're gonna face Shawn Michaels, we're gonna face Triple H, we're gonna face, you know, Kane, Undertaker, all those guys. But usually a lot of times you'll see in the later ends, you know, guys who are left over from the IC title division, or guys like, you know, freaking Bradshaw and Farooq, and you know, guys who would never be in the world title picture. Or like a Godfather, something like that. You know, Ken Shamrock, Road Dogg, Billy Gunn, you know, these are all guys that you could actually see getting world title shots at the time. And they were among some of the most popular in the company. And thankfully, since this is a lumberjack match, yeah, it's very dangerous. Do not go near the ends of the ring or whatever, because then obviously, as you've seen, like poor Billy Gunn there, he got dragged out and pummeled, and these guys did, you know, most of the damage for me. He even got betrayed by his partner, the Road Dogg here. Goes to show, I mean, it's not even the Royal Rumble yet, but we're on the roll. But, you know, can't trust anybody, you know. Stone Cold Steve Austin, DTA. That's how, you know, I live my life, to be honest. You know, you gotta watch out for yourself. Can't rely on anybody else to, you know, help you through life or anything like that. You know, there are some good families out there and stuff like that, but if you rely on people too much, you know, you can get a little too, you know, you get a little too comfortable, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Which is, you know, stuff that I've had to deal with, you know, because, you know, my dad's super protective and all this other stuff, and always trying to pay my bills and all that other stuff, so pretty much had to, you know, literally fight him and fight for my right to essentially, you know, independence and stuff like that, you know, for the longest time. Part of why Stone Cold's one of my favorites in wrestling, to be honest.
That's the way to do it.
But we got ourselves a nice little tag match here. It's Triple H, Mankind, Kane, my main man here. Pretty awesome. I get to use him in this match. But we'll see if I actually bust him out or not, because I don't know. I feel like I want to play as Kane, but I'll be honest, I don't exactly know all of his moves. I especially don't think I remember his finisher. I think it is actually the same input as the Stone Cold Stunner, but I can't remember. It's just been too long. And, you know, I'm trying my best not to, you know, have to look at the movesets or anything in this run and playthrough. It's also nice. I mean, it's kind of weird. It's simple, but, like, I like it a lot. In the WWF title run, you just have, all you do is just compete on Raws and stuff like that.
How much did you bet on this match? Mankind can't shake the cobwebs out. Snap out of it.
Well, Raws and pay-per-views, I should say. Obviously, Survivor Series, though, so I think, at least I believe, for whatever reason, they just didn't show everybody in the match, but I believe that after, you know, I defeat Mankind and Triple H here, two new guys are going to come out and stuff like that.
What's going on here? Stone Cold is really giving them their money's worth.
But I don't know, I mean, it said it was a Survivor Series match, so hopefully this will give me a pretty good boost in the ratings as well, rankings. Hopefully I get maybe 2 slots or something like that.
Triple H is on Dream Street. His brain's on vacation.
Man, Stone Cold delivering some punishment on both these guys. The can of whoop ass. Alright, maybe I can get a pin quick. Oh, of course. Playing possum and everything. Come on, come on, we can do it. Ah, shit, he's gonna break it up. God damn it.
Look out! That turned him inside.
Man, look at all that blood. Just on, like, just somehow on Mankind's freaking shirt. I wonder how like it works and like the blood mechanic works in this game. Because like you can obviously see like a lot of guys. It's always just like a random placement, but I wonder if it's like decided before the match whether or not someone's gonna bleed, or how it works, or like what determines where it is on their body, if it's like character specific, all that sort of stuff. Alright, Kane, what the hell are you trying to do? What the hell was that? Not even a 1 count? Alright, I think we might have it here, folks. Yes, come on, come on. 1, 2, 2. No, no, no. Oh, thank God. 3. Alright, if I can get him out before Mankind has a chance, I can get it. Yeah, I think this is going to be another elimination here. Please, please, yeah. Alright, so it is the Survivor Series how I thought it was going to work. It's kind of interesting that I think the stable match never shows up in, you know, career mode and stuff like that. Something else that also used to bother me, because I remember, you know, back in the day when I was, you know, a youngin', we relied on the cheat sites online, stuff like that. It's sad that a lot of them are just gone now, unfortunately. It's that dead internet theory thing, you know. Everything's kind of been optimized, so, you know, a lot of good classic cheat sites are just kind of gone now. Like game winners, that used to be my main thing. Used to have so much cool information, stuff like that, but oh man, now, man, I remember going to that site one time when it was like just shutting down, and it was tragic. I learned a lot of secrets from Revenge, and a lot of my secrets videos from that site, because a lot of other secret or cheat sites don't actually list a lot of the secrets for some reason. But anyway, I mean, there was some false information on there, though. I remember reading on a few cheat websites that, you know, they would have the freaking hardcore title division in this game. You know, like if you picked a hardcore wrestler like Al Snow or Mankind or something like that, and like you would have like an extra division, which would be the hardcore title division. Obviously, that was not the case. You know, it would have been documented at that point, but I tried it so many times thinking, oh, maybe I just have to beat the game then. Once I beat the game, I'll do, you know, the hardcore belt division, stuff like that. But, I mean, when you also just, like, think about it, too, like, I didn't really watch much of the Attitude Era when I was younger, so I didn't really know how it went. It wasn't until WWE 13 came out when I actually realized a lot of the Attitude Era stuff, to be honest. You know, what the timeline and what went on with some of the major storylines and stuff like that. And then obviously I got the network soon after that, and I started watching it off of that. But
do you smell what the Rock is cooking?
I just like, if you actually look at the timeline of when this game was made, the hardcore belt came around. What? It had to be in November, because you know that's when you know, Vince McMahon gifted the hardcore belt to Mankind as like a really crappy gift and whatnot. So obviously the timeline just wouldn't allow for like such a division to be in this game. Because even when you think about it, like last game, Warzone, you know, it came around the same time that this game came out, and that didn't have the, you know, European title belt. It was just the IC and the WWF Winged Eagle. And apparently this game, it actually, like, it's amazing to think that this game was actually way off schedule, I think. I think it was, like, supposed to release in, like, March or something like that of that year. It didn't come out until, I think, like, July or something like that. Maybe June. Obviously, there was the issues with the Owen Hart and stuff like that, unfortunately, but I think that was more of, like, it got delayed a second time rather than, you know, that was the whole reason why I got, you know, changed and delayed and stuff like that. It's so crazy when you think about that Owen Hart was allowed in this game after, you know, the accident and stuff like that. It must have been like, you know, Martha Hart didn't have the rights to Owen at the time or something yet. So, I mean, it is nice, you know, the game's dedicated to Owen Hart, but I think what they did was, like, I think all they did was they changed one of Owen Hart's outfits. Maybe he would have had two of them featuring this, but I think he had like the blue blazer outfit in the game, and I think he could use like custom parts to create the blue blazer as well, and create a wrestler mode. So they had to take those out before they were able to ship it out and stuff like that. And obviously they, you know, added the message to the startup in the game and stuff like that too. But I mean, when you think, I think that was only the PS1 version. I think it was August when the N64 version actually ended up releasing. Can you guys go back to fighting each other and stop trying to kick my ass only?
What a move!
Although this game would have been awesome if they did have the hardcore title division though, but I don't know, maybe it wouldn't have even been implemented properly because it probably wouldn't have had all hardcore matches. I think we got it. 1 down, 2 to go. And it was pretty cool too. I thought that like winning the King of the Ring once you boosted you up 3 slots because of the 3 matches, but I'm thinking now that like winning the King of the Ring, I mean winning at a pay-per-view or whatever, I think that's just like it boosts you up 3 spaces because that's what I did when I won the Survivor Series. Instead of 4 slots, I went up 3, even though I defeated 4 opponents. So that's just my guesstimation.
They hook up.
But I guess in the end it doesn't matter because the Royal Rumble, when I do that and I win that match, obviously I'm going to automatically go into the #1 contender slot. I wonder how that works though if like you're in the Intercontinental Championship slot. Do you even compete in the Royal Rumble? Would you just be, immediately shot up into the world title picture, or would you go for the Intercontinental title? So many questions I just have when it comes to like the career mode in this game. Maybe it's even something where like you just can't compete on like the Royal Rumble or something like that. Like it'll just withhold like the pay-per-view event or something like that. I can't remember how the schedule looked or whatever for the Intercontinental title run. But obviously I was on the King of the Ring, so I would have to assume that I could compete at the Royal Rumble, and it wouldn't block me off of it. Alright, let's end this match. Rock, don't you even do it. Son of a bitch. No need for it either. Alright, there's one. Alright, now this match is over. Oh, come on. Yes, just stand there. Thank God.
That move is unbelievable. Awesome. Stone Cold turned him upside down and inside out.
I was always surprised that Sergeant Slaughter was not in the World Title League. Like, I know, like, the fans probably didn't really know who he was too much. The people who actually played this game, the kids. But, I mean, he was a world champion, so you'd think he'd be in, like, the World Title League. But you'd think he'd also be in, like, a whole bunch more of those, the Attitude Era games.
Burn in hell.
He was supposed to be in SmackDown 2 as well, but I don't know, I guess it just fell through or something like that. Who knows, maybe like Sergeant Slaughter is one of those weird old guys who was like, no, video games cause violence. I'm not going to be, a part of that or something stupid like that. So he told the WWE he's not doing any deals.
Oh, I just opened up a can of whoop ass on you.
Alright, now this one is actually a 2 out of 3 falls war match, so I think I have to win. I have to beat all 3 guys, I believe, and then I have to beat all 3 of them again. So this one's going to be a bit of a long one, for sure. What is your guys' favorite era of The Undertaker, though? Because, especially because even looking at the Attitude Era, I mean, he changed so drastically within that time, too, when you really think about it, because he started out as kind of like his classic, slowish kind of Undertaker, I guess, if that makes sense, the zombie-ish one. Had a really cool look, with the purple gloves, sometimes like the grayish gloves and stuff like that. But then, eventually he kind of got that, 98 run where the Brothers of Destruction, where, he actually started kind of working a lot more and It was really around the time when I think he was starting to kind of get a little more notoriety for his in-ring abilities and stuff too, because he was able to work, you know, matches without, you know, going at a snail's pace and having to stick with the character too much. And he had a lot more during his rivalry with Kane. In a weird way, it did humanize him in a lot of ways. So, and then obviously we got the freaking Ministry of Darkness, Undertaker, and you know, he had the whole thing with him being, you know, the leader of the Ministry of Darkness and sacrificing people, putting people on his symbol, crucifying them, wanting to marry women in like forced wedding ceremonies like he was a vampire or something. I don't know. Apparently it was like something that was like really cool to a lot of gothic teenagers, but that's just kind of what I hear from, you know, Brian Zane, who said he was a fan of him at the time, I think. But I don't know. I mean, I think the Ministry of Darkness Taker is my least favorite. Definitely have a supporter on the channel who is a massive fan of the Ministry of, or the Lord of Darkness Undertaker and stuff, always asking for requests and those diva matches, you know. They're kind of obsessed with, you know, Stephanie McMahon and Ryan Shamrock and, you know, Undertaker at that time and stuff like that. I'll just leave it at that, I guess. But then there's, you know, after he got injured and stuff like that with the groin pull and stuff like that, he came back at Judgment Day and he was the biker Undertaker. And even that one, you know, the Undertaker, people always talk about Chris Jericho for how much he evolves and character changes, this or that. I think Chris Jericho's character changes are very like subtle, same with kind of Cody Rhodes and stuff like that, when people were saying the same thing about him. I feel like the Undertaker changed his character and evolved way more often, as well as, you know, keeping things fresh and interesting, and never, I feel like well actually no, I was just about to say he never got to the point where people were sick of him, but people didn't like the American Badass, so touche, I guess. I don't even think I used that in the right context, but you get the idea. But yeah, I mean, like, even just slight tweaks in his character, you know. I mean, yeah, the American Badass and companies, you know, his whole 2000 to 2004 run with it and stuff like that, but you know, or I think it would be 2003 run actually, but I forget. But, you know, obviously with the American Badass, you know, he was just kind of like the motorcycle guy at first, and he kind of talked, I don't really know how you would really say it. He was kind of trying to be hip at the time. I think he probably did come across as legitimately cool at the time when he first came out, saying, you know, checks your ass can't cash or something like that, and, you know, talking about how he was gonna go medieval on The Rock's ass and stuff like that. So I mean, like, I'm just, you know, it's kind of like looking at it through a different lens. But I don't know. It was definitely a weird time for the Undertaker character. But then obviously, you know, the Brothers of Destruction tag team, when they actually officially teamed up with him and Kane and Limp Bizkit and stuff like that, you know, that was pretty awesome. And then, you know, he had the Big Evil, where he started his heel run, and of course they had, you know, Booger Red, I think they called him for a little bit. He shaved his hair, got a new look. He was kind of just a bully and an asshole. He made Tommy Dreamer, like, drink tobacco, you know, chew with water in it or something like that. It was pretty nasty. Pretty nasty stuff. And then I think he obviously also made Jim Ross join the Kiss My Ass Club. So he definitely, and he even changed his wrestling style a lot during that time. That's when he started doing the kind of like grinding his forearm on people's like eyes and stuff like that. I think that's around the time that, you know, he started kind of wearing like bandanas every single match and stuff like that, kind of like what X-Pac used to do. And I think that was really around the time when you got to see all the classic traits of Undertaker, you know, and his ring style and his striking and stuff like that. That was always cool during his later Ruthless Aggression Dead Man run. So yeah, I think the Dead Man Undertaker, you know, I think he's definitely the most. People always acknowledge how long he was around for, but people always bring up Chris Jericho for like the guy who evolved the most over time when everything worked and stuff like that. More so than the Undertaker, which is just kind of nuts to me. I'd argue a little bit of the same thing for Kane, but let's be honest. I think once Kane, you know, I love Kane. I love almost all areas of his career. I liked it when he, you know, still liked him when he took his mask off. And when he first did it, it was really cool with how, you know, as Stewie Griffin would say, deliciously evil he was when, you know, he first started with it. But I think over time, you know, once he lost the mask, people kind of, he did lose a lot of that coolness factor. But I still think he was always like a monster. I loved his outfit with, like, you know, the barbed wire pants and stuff like that. And there was his aggression area and stuff like that. But you guys let me know down below. That's going to be all for today. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. Check out next week's episode on Wrestling Wednesday. But above all else, please remember to have a nice day.